So a lot of people watching this channel are interested in starting their own mushroom farms just based on comments that I'm getting and feedback that I get from the community. So this video is designed to help you if you're starting out, the first steps that you should take and what would make a great foundation for any business, but particularly my experiences in mushroom farming. So I want to share things that I've done that have worked for me and hopefully save you some headaches later on down the road. So here's a few things I would do before starting a mushroom farm. Starting a gourmet mushroom farm, it's a great business opportunity. It's a growing industry. It's estimated to grow by 9%, at least in the US, year over year. And so a lot of people see that and they see channels like this and whatever videos on YouTube, and it seems like a gold rush. Seems like a great business idea to jump on and kind of get rich quick. But I'd always caution against get rich quick schemes or opportunities. There's no such thing as get rich quick. So it's important to build a good financial foundation for your business in order to facilitate healthy, stable growth and then kind of allow yourself to be able to take on more business opportunities and make more money. So first, and obviously, it's going to be important to get very familiar with the process of actually growing mushrooms, right? That's the entire business. How do they grow? What supplies do you need? How predictable can you make it? How can you make a sale, grow the product, and then replicate it and then scale it? Make it predictable to where you can project what your sales are going to be a month from now, etc., or kind of what your costs are going to be. That takes time, but at least starting thinking that way is going to be really important, where keeping track of those numbers. I always say this on this channel that a lot of people get into a mushroom farming business because they like growing mushrooms and they don't like the business side of it, and then that's like their downfall. They're like, "This, what a headache." So just get good at that stuff. That's gonna be the highest transferable skill, where you'll be able to take what you learn and then apply it to whatever your next business is if you're an entrepreneur. So I'd focus on creating a process and developing a routine that gives you predictable, trackable output, and have a loose idea of the scope and scale that you want for this business to have. Like, start dreaming. Dream pretty big. I think it's always good to dream big. Is this going to be a mushroom farm that's going to sell wholesale to restaurants? Are you going to do farmers markets? Are you going to do value-added goods, grow kits, extracts classes, and get a good, clear idea of what your mission is going to be? I've done this for a few years now. If I could do it again, I would have been more focused on growing one thing or selling one thing instead of, oh, we could do classes, we could do extracts, we could do grow kits. It makes you really distracted, and you're going to be less effective at all of those different things instead of doing one thing really well. They say from $0 to $1 million, you should only be selling one thing. So apply that to this business. Obviously, a lot of this stuff's going to change. You might start off like, we're going to do wholesale, and then as you're making sales and taking deals or whatever, as the business grows, that's going to change direction. Be open to that. But starting out with a loose kind of idea that's malleable is going to be really helpful. So once that you have a firm grasp on the facets of the actual technical side of the operation, growing the product and replicating that, I would begin laying the foundations for the administrative side of it and kind of the business side of it, like starting with getting your LLC. Incorporating as an LLC is going to give you financial protection. It's a limited liability corporation, so you're going to be less liable or not liable for any financial issues that you might incur. There's a lot of videos on how to create an LLC. It's going to vary from state to state. Check with your state and see what that process is like. It's pretty easy and doesn't cost very much, but it's going to add a lot of legitimacy to your business, where people, farmers markets might ask for it, or whatever businesses might ask for it. Like in the future, if you want to take on investors or something, they're going to expect that you have all your ducks in a row, like having your LLC, your federal EIN number. So just getting all that stuff is going to be great. If you don't end up using it, or you can always pivot and do a different business later. Okay, next I would recommend that you open a business bank account. A lot of people skip this step, and it creates so many headaches later on. It's not going to cost, it might cost whatever the opening fee is, and you probably have to have a business federal EIN number, all that. But it's going to save you so much of a headache later, because if your personal finances are all mixed in with the business finances, all the costs of doing business are wrapped up with your own personal expenses, it's going to be really hard to separate those later on once you're actually generating revenue and making sales and really spending on cost for the business. It's going to be so confusing later on, and then doing your taxes is going to be a pain. So set yourself up now. I have a lot of business friends who are 2 or 3 years into their business and they're starting to make a lot of sales, and things are really entangled with their personal account because they never opened that business account, or if they did, they never were really using it. So don't be scared of money. Don't be scared of bank accounts. That's a tool for you to succeed. It's going to make it really easy to track everything. You want to separate the business from yourself. Next, I would secure a domain, Google domains or whatever provider you want to use for your business, and make a little website. Even if it's a very simple landing page, that just gives a little bit of information about the business, because people are on the internet now and you have to play that game. If you disagree, that's cool. You don't have to do that for your business, but this is what works for me and what I've seen be the most successful for people. Just make a website. That's just the way that businesses are now. You have to play that game. So social media, all that's only going to help you. These are all just tools to put in the tool belt that have worked really well for me and bolstered sales. And then once we're talking about cost of all this, whatever bank you go to is going to have their cost for opening a business account. Starting an LLC is also going to vary. I think in Florida where I am, it's less than $100. It might be $100. And then getting a domain is probably $12 a year, depending on what name you choose. So when we're looking at all this, spending $600 on startup costs for administrative foundation for your business is going to allow you to have a more legitimate business where people take it more seriously. It's going to establish credibility. It's going to allow you to take on financial investments in the future, and it's going to save you a lot of headaches. So that's really the price that you're paying for it, what you're getting for the value of it. But really, for me, the peace of mind of being like, I know exactly where every dollar and cent is going in this business. I can project 2 months from now what our costs are going to be, what our sales are going to be. And having that clarity reduces so much stress from me, because I can have a clear expectation and make a plan. So I would start having a strategy for kind of the whole year, set goals, write your goals down, and then try and smash those goals. And dream big. If you shoot for the moon and land on the stars, that's awesome. Then you'll surprise yourself with your results. Also, just don't give up. You only lose if you quit. So you can overcome pretty much any obstacle that comes at you. Just be okay with that. Take everything as a learning experience. And good luck. Of course, I'm always here if you guys have questions, comments. I love talking about this stuff. So if you're ever confused or need some help, shoot me an email or leave me a comment. I'm happy to talk about it. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. I hope it brings a lot of value. And hopefully you can do things better than I did and learn a little bit. So thank you very much for watching. See you next time.